Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, welcome all devotees. My pleasure is to please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So it is my pleasure to introduce His Grace Prananath Prabhu. He is a disciple of His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj and was initiated in 2018. He's been connected with Iskcon for over 15 years, and he has been actively involved in various services. One of his key contribution is managing and distributing books by His Holiness Sachinandan Swami across North America, while he was assisting in several projects dear to his Guru Maharaj. So since 2009, Prabhuji has been serving at Iskcon Philadelphia in America and engaging in book distribution, cooking delicious prasadam for Sunday feasts and festivals, and mentoring youth through camps and programs. So his services inspire actually many in the community. So he has also served at Iskcon Delaware, yeah, also known as Krishna Village, in leadership roles, helping with strategic planning to spread Krishna consciousness in the region. So Prabhuji was also a Sunday school teacher there, nurturing young devotees with care and dedication. So currently Prabhuji conducts weekly Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam classes for kids and adults, sharing the wisdom of these scriptures in an engaging way. So he is someone who truly loves to serve the Vaishnavas and always strives to follow Srila Prabhupada's mission wholeheartedly. So we're very fortunate to have him here with us today. So let's chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra together to welcome Prabhuji warmly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for coming.
Thank you for your kind introduction, Prabhu. Your name, Prabhu? Gadadhar Krishna Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you, Chintamani Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining for the Sunday Love Feast program here at Iskcon of Attapur. It's my good fortune to be here. Before we begin, we'll sing Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Shodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोधानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमन हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमन हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवविध धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरांग गौर हरि बोल। Let me see if I can display this on the screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading, studying and discussing from chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Any idea what is the title of this chapter? Any guesses? Attaining the Supreme, yes. How many of you want to attain the Supreme? So, we are reading from text 20. Is that on the display on the screen? Can you all see? I can't see from here. Yes? So the process is call and response. I'll recite, you hear, and then you all repeat and I'll hear. Okay? Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakta vyaktat sanatana यह स सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति परस्तस्मात् भावोऽन्यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तात् सनातना यह स सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति परस्तस्मात् भावोऽन्यो Vyakta vyaktat sanatana. Yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu. Nasyatsu na vinashyati. Prabhus. Parastasmatu bhavanyo.
Vyakto vyakta sanatanaha.
Vyakta vyaktat sanatana.
Yasha sarveshu bhuteshu.
Yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu.
Nasyatsu na vinashyati.
Nasyatsu na vinashyati. Anyone else? Parastasmatu bhavonyo. Vyakta vyaktat sanatana. Yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu. Nasyatsu na vinashyati. Anyone else? So this session will be very interactive. You all will be talking more than me. Okay. Synonyms: para, transcendental; tasmat, you can repeat. Para, transcendental; tasmat, to that; to, but; bhava, nature; anyaha, another; avyaktaha, unmanifest; avyaktat, to the manifest, to the unmanifest, Sanatana, eternal. Yaha saha, that which. Sarveshu, all. Bhuteshu, manifestation. Nasyatsu, being annihilated. Na, never. Vinashyati, is annihilated. Translation and purport. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Purport: Krishna's superior spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the changes of material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and nights of Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the 7th chapter. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Śrī Caitanya-Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Sachinandana Swami Namane Nityananda Priya Preshta Dina Badre Kriparkavit Hari Sankirtanam Sharanam. Hare Krishna. Before I begin, I want to thank the authorities here at Iskcon of Attapur for giving me this opportunity, primarily for my own purification. And I hope I can say something that is pleasing to the Lord and all of you. And before I speak, I also want to seek blessings and permissions from all the Vaishnavas here and my parents and all of you. So this verse, can we stop sharing the screen, Prabhu? How do you stop sharing? It stopped? So this verse is talking about two things. One is the material world in which we are living, and then it is saying, Anyo, beyond this material world, beyond this material world, there is another world, which is the spiritual abode of the Lord, which is Sanatana. Sanatana means eternal, right? But this material world, it says, is unmanifest and manifest. It comes and goes. So it's temporary. Yeah. So there is a verse in the Brahma Samhita. Yeah. Yahakar narnava jale bhajati sma yoga nidram ananta jagadanda saroma kupa adhara shaktim avalambya param swamurtim govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This verse is summarized in that Brahma Samhita verse, where Krishna is saying, Krishna the primeval Lord, or Govinda, is saying that or Brahma is saying actually, Brahma is reciting these prayers in glorification of the Lord. He is saying Krishna expands himself into this gigantic Mahavishnu. Have you seen Mahavishnu is lying down on the causal ocean? Yes? How many of you have seen? Right? And when he is in Yoga Nidra, or he is in a kind of slumber and dreaming. And when he is doing that, you know what is happening? Bubbles, please listen carefully, bubbles are coming out from the pores of his skin and from the nostrils. And guess what? Each bubble is a universe. And in one of those bubbles we are now living. Did you know that? Yes. So, when he exhales, all these bubbles are coming out. Now the question is, how long does he exhale? Any idea? How long does it take for you to exhale? How many seconds? Any guesses how long it takes for Mahavishnu to exhale? 4,300,000 years times 2 times 30 times 12 times 100. Go figure it out. Any statisticians or mathematicians here? Maybe you can report it in exponential way easily. That is how long Brahma lives. You know, Brahma lives for 100 years. So, 4,300,000 years is one day of Brahma. Please listen to this carefully. We are talking about a creation here that exists for some time and is annihilated. And again it creates, it's annihilated. So how long this exists? For Mahavishnu, it's just one exhaling. For Brahma, it is 100 years. For us, 12 hours of Brahma's day is 4,300,000 years. Equal, add his night, another 12 hours. Is 4,300,000 times 2, right? 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. That is 8,600,000 years. And then what? There are 30 days in a month. Multiply with 30. And then how many months in a year? 12. That makes 1 year. Now times 100. This is Brahma's life. Now guess what? In between this 100 years also, at the end of Brahma's day, at the end of Brahma's day also, there is partial destruction. The heavenly planets that are below Brahma's abode are annihilated. So the point here is, you know, this cycle is going around and round like this. Creation is happening, annihilation is happening. Creation is happening, annihilation is happening. Like the 4 seasons, right? What are the seasons? Summer, winter, rainy season or monsoon season, and then is there some autumn also? Right? Yeah, spring. Right, 4 seasons. Same way, like cycles are coming and going, creation and annihilation is happening again and again and again. You see the tides in an ocean? Like that, seasons are coming, like that creation is happening and going. In the previous verse, in text 19, Krishna says, Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. Means what? Again and again it is created and annihilated. And everything is helplessly annihilated. Yeah? So, but, there is always a but, right? But he says, Paras Tasmat. But there is another world, another abode, when all of this is Vyakta and Avyakta. Means what? Vyakta means everything is manifested. You can see everything. Creation is happening. Avyakta means you can't see anything. Unmanifested. Destruction is happening. Yeah? Here, but there is one abode which is not changed, which is Sanatana, which is eternal, which is the spiritual abode of the Lord. Yeah? So, here we all can relate at least, half of this class I'll focus on the material creation, and the other half will talk on the spiritual abode. What are some of the beautiful things here in this material world that is keeping us attached, attracted here? Or is it really miserable? We'll find out. And then we'll talk, why you want to go to the spiritual abode. Okay? So Krishna says even in the Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, text 28, Avyaktadini bhutani. Forget about the whole creation. Even our own bodies are created and destroyed again and again. Do you agree? Yes? Even our own bodies, yes. Bodies and this whole creation is also destroyed. But there is one thing that is not destroyed. Of course, the spiritual abode, but spirit. We are all Atma, right? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, text 20, Na jayate mruyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavita va nabhuya, ajo nitya shashvato yam purano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Na jayate, there is no birth. Na mruyate, there is no death. Nayam bhutva bhavitavan means the soul or Atma has never come into being, will not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is aja. What is the meaning of the word aja? It's unborn. Nitya. It's eternal. Shashvatam. Ajo nitya shash. It's primeval. And na hanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body is slain or destroyed, which is what we are saying, right? The body is always, birth and death is, but the soul, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. But the soul is not when the body is slain. Yeah? So the bodies and the creation are all destroyed. Just the Atma or the spirit and spiritual nature remains. Yeah? And matter and spirit, matter and spirit, they don't go together. They are very incompatible. Yeah. It's like oil in water. Are they soluble? Oil is soluble in water? No. Yeah. So, when I drive from my home to here, there is a sugarcane vending machine there, where, you pass sugarcane through the machine, you get sweet sugarcane juice, right? The nature of the sugarcane is sweet. But if you put Karela or bitter gourd through that machine and you expect sweet juice, will you get sweet juice? No, it will be bitter. So the point I'm trying to make is no matter how hard we try in this material world, we are not going to find happiness. Because it's very incompatible with what the soul is looking for and what the matter is going to provide to us. Yeah? We are like fish outside of the water. Like, now you see these children. The nature of the child is to make noise. Yes or no? If I tell my child, don't do anything for 1 hour, I give no devices, nothing to do. I say, what is he going to say? What do you want me to do? I'm bored, right? The nature of the child is to be active, is to jump, is to make noise. Now they feel a little difficult, I'm saying don't talk. So it's against their nature, yeah? Same way, it's against the nature of the spirit to associate with matter. We are like fish outside of water, trying to enjoy in this material world. And as I said, the soul is eternal and matter is temporary. The soul is looking for eternal happiness, and we are trying to seek happiness in this temporary material world. Incompatible. Yeah? Like two totally opposite people trying to be with each other. Yeah? So, the other day I was driving and I saw a lot of jewelry shops. And they said, diamonds are forever. Okay. And they say, if you use these diamonds, love is forever, relationships are forever. How many of you believe this? It's impossible. They're fooling everybody, right? It's not possible, How many of you want to be young and beautiful forever? Come on. I want to be, yeah. It's not possible here, yeah? Yes? Is it possible here? No. So yes, I want to be forever young and beautiful, not in this material world, yeah? I want them to be quiet for 2 hours. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm dreaming. So, it doesn't work like that. Never. First of all, body itself deteriorates, right? And everything deteriorates. The whole universe is deteriorating. Yeah. So, but na vinashyati, he says there is one place that is not destroyed, and we'll talk about that. Yeah. Tad dharma paramam mama. We'll talk about that spiritual abode and how that spiritual abode is in a few minutes. But little more, we should spend, what time is it? A half hour into it? Okay. So, my Guru Maharaj gives this short clippings of Above the Clouds. If anybody has watched this on Bhagavatam. So if you see, our existence in this material world is like below the clouds. Have you ever been in an airplane? Have you seen? Yeah, anyone? Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subramanian ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Have you seen the clouds? Yeah. What happens when you go above the clouds in that airplane? Let's say for a short period you are in the clouds. You don't see anything. But once you cross those clouds and go above the clouds, what do you see? Sunshine, right? But those who are below the clouds, they don't see the sunshine. So the spiritual world is like that sunshine. Yeah. So, because sun is always existing, but when the clouds are there, we can't see. Yeah. Our little territory is covered by these clouds. So Krishna consciousness means to come into this sunshine. Yeah? Come out of this little territory which is covered by the clouds. Yeah? And all of us, in this material world, practically, everybody is looking for happiness, right? Yes? Anybody is looking to be sad, morose? Yeah? No. Everybody. Yeah? Everybody wants to enjoy. But are we really enjoying? Externally, the faces look very beautiful. But you dig deep, then everybody is suffering, is in pain, right? So Krishna is telling, don't stay here. Don't stay here. It is a place of miseries. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Yeah. It's a place of miseries. What is a granthalaya? Yes? A place, library where you find books. Yeah. What is a dukkhalaya? Dukkha means what? But we are looking for happiness. The place is labeled as dukkhalaya. Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. It's temporary and full of misery. But each one of us is looking for happiness. And that too permanent happiness. Like diamonds are forever. We live happily ever after. Yeah. So, we'll never be happy. Forget about us. You know, you and I have 100 years. I just told you what is Brahma's lifespan. 311 trillion years. Even his time will be finished. So who are we? Yeah. So, this material world is full of anxiety. Full of anxiety. The same material elements, please listen to this carefully. The same material elements that can give us some happiness will also be the cause of our misery also. What are the Panchabhutas? Yes, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayur, Kham. Right? Bhumi is what? Earth. Can we survive without earth? As soon as I wake up from the bed, the first thing I do is stand on earth. The same earth, if there is an earthquake, I'm under the earth. I'm standing above the earth, right? Then comes what? Earth, fire. None of us will have prasadam today if there is no fire. We are all going empty stomach, right? So the same fire can also cause destruction, right? You see in California, Palisades, wildfires, 96 square kilometers of land is destroyed. Any idea how much that is? Approximately 23,000 acres of land. 27 people died. You know, fire. We cannot live without it, but at the same time it can destroy us. Water, right? To take shower we need water, drink, cook, everything. But if you don't know drowning and you are in an ocean, is my wife here? No, she's very scared of water, you know, so even I am scared, but you know, if you don't know swimming, the same water can cause death, yeah? Space, we have a very nice, beautiful, big, huge temple here, right? Come is space, ether. Imagine if this hall was 1/5 of the size and we had to fit all those people who came on, I saw on Janmashtami day, there's such a long line, even for, you know, early morning. Imagine all of them had to be fit into 1/5 of this space. Have you heard of stampede? So it's the same, space can cause. So same material elements which we need can also be the cause of our anxiety. Yeah. Every step, padam yat, every step there is danger. Every step there is anxiety. The 4 things we do, sleeping, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. You know, if you overeat, what happens? You have anxiety of stomach digestion problem, right? Sleeping, some people sleep way more than they should be and they become very lazy. Sometimes if you eat more and sleep more, you may even put on weight, right? And there are some people who can't sleep, insomnia, right? There was a time when every time I wake up in the night, it used to take me half hour to go back to sleep because my mind is churning. Yeah. So all these can become the cause of our anxiety. You know, eating meat. Yeah. If 2 men or 2 boys fall in love with the same woman, there can be anxiety. Yes. They can even kill each other. Yeah. Animals also fight. Educated people can also fight. Yeah. Same cause of anxiety. So, Srila Prabhupada says, in this material world, there is tiny pleasure to keep us here. There is little pleasure, tiny amount of pleasure for which most of us or almost all of us are running behind, that tiny flickering happiness. Yeah? The example is given of a bar. Let's say the bar owner is inviting everybody, please come. Unlimited pleasure, sense gratification, please come. But then at the end he puts one condition. When you are out, my bodyguard will be waiting with a gun and shoot you. How many of us will go inside? Any takers? Huh? Only a fool will go inside, right? An intelligent person. The fool, who is a fool? One who thinks, "Are, who has seen tomorrow? Kal kisne dekha? Maza karo, aaj ke din ji lo, kal." No, who has seen tomorrow? Fool will only think like this. Yeah? So, but that little, please pay attention to this, that little flickering happiness will cause us misery for lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Lifetimes of suffering. So what should we do? What should we do? Yeah? So, this material world, there is a purpose behind this creation, behind this material world. For example, this is city of Hyderabad, compared to when I was born and raised here 30 years ago, versus now I see very tall buildings everywhere, nice roads, of course still a lot of traffic jams, so many things are there. But did you know, in addition to all these things, there is one important thing that is needed in any city? Any guess? In addition to roads, trains, planes, everything in a city, there is one more thing needed. That is a jail. Because there are always going to be troublemakers. Yeah. You ask that person who committed a crime, do you want to go to jail? He says no. You ask him, do you like to be in the jail? Answer is no. But is it really good for him? What do you think? Yes. Right? If he is left outside, he is going to cause more trouble for everybody, more anxiety for everybody. So prison houses are there. Why? To reform. If you see, especially in some of the Western countries, at least in America, billions of dollars of government money is spent on prison houses to reform such people. The government has a soft corner to reform such people. Why I am giving this example is, our situation is also like this. We are in this material world, which is like a prison house. Yeah. It's this prison house, this material world is like a prison house. Always there is suffering. Adhyatmik, Adibhautik and Adidaivik. Right? Suffering is caused because of other living entities. Right? If somebody is not doing what you want them to do, you can yell at them, you can complain. But our own body also gives miseries. Did you ever bite your own tongue? Does it hurt? Whom will you blame? Whom will you blame? So many cyclones, tsunamis. So all kinds of miseries are there in this material world. Yeah. So we have to understand that this material world is an opportunity given by the Lord to reform us. It's a mercy of the Lord. Just like for the criminals, the prison house or a jail is a mercy from the government, because the government is spending so much time and money to reform them so they can get out and be good citizens, right? So same way, for us, this prison house is meant to reform us. Yeah. So that is the part about this material world. Yeah, dukhalayam ashashvatam. So when you know that every step there is anxiety, every step there is danger, naturally the question comes up, do I have a choice? Is there an option? What can I do? Right? Does this question come up? Have you ever been frustrated in life? Yeah, many times, right? So Krishna is saying there is an option. Don't worry. Yeah. So no old age, no disease, no death. That is Vaikuntha. This is Kuntha. You know, I was born and raised in Lothkuntha. Okay. So Kuntha means misery. Yeah. Vaikuntha means no misery. No birth, no old age, no disease, no death. You know. And okay. If you want to be successful in this material world, majority of us, what do? You follow somebody who is successful, right? You follow somebody who is successful. And if I don't know, for example, I am from Hyderabad. Where are you, Prabhu? Where are you from? Europe. Yeah? I have never been to Europe. I don't have any money. I don't have any means to get there. What is my only way of knowing about Europe? Is to go to him. Yes or no? Right? So, the other example I'll give, that's a place. Let's say I want to know about Mahatma Gandhi. Or I said, please, I want to know Mahatma Gandhi. Get him right now here. Then prove me that he exists. Can you get him here now? No. How are you going to prove? By showing some videos, photos, his birthplace, yeah, his activities, what all he did, yeah, that's how, yeah. Same way, if we want to know about the Lord, please listen to this carefully. If you want to know about the Lord, you want to go to the devotees of the Lord, who are very dear to the Lord. Like if somebody wants to know about my child, maybe the neighbors, maybe his schoolmates can tell something. But who can tell more about him or the best about him? As a parent, right? So same way, if you want to know about Krishna, if you want to know about this creation, if you want to get out of this creation, if you want to know the creator behind this creation, that Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, this material world is temporary. Asat, Achit, Nirananda. That is Satchit Ananda, and his form is Satchit Ananda, means eternal, full of bliss, full of knowledge. So, the best way is to approach his dear devotees. We put so much faith in so many people in this world, right? Did you put faith in anybody came by bus or train? Car with a driver, right? 2 days ago I went to a barber to get a haircut. He had a sharp razor in his hand, I put so much faith that he won't hurt me, right? So much faith we put in so many people. Airplane, we put so much faith in the pilot, yeah? So, those two examples that I gave also, there's some faith you put, right? So, it's best if you have to anyway put faith even to survive in this material world, best to put our faith in the devotees of the Lord who are so dear to Krishna. You all are following me? Yes? Yeah? Because what Krishna, see, all this is based on authoritative statements of Krishna. Krishna is saying this. And who better than the Creator himself speaking? Yeah? So, he's saying, you don't have to continuously suffer here. There is a better place. When you travel a lot for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, do you feel totally frustrated enough? I want to go home. Have you ever felt like this after traveling a lot? Yeah? That's why they say at home sweet home. It's not always sweet though. Yeah? Are there quarrels at home too? Yes. Temporary sweetness. Yeah? So, even that is temporary. But the Lord's abode, that sweet home, is permanent. There is a beautiful verse in the Brahma Samhita. Today I'm going to just dedicate, this. Last night I got a message from Chintamani Krishna Prabhu, and since this morning Brahma Samhita is ringing in my heart and mind. So there's this beautiful verse. You can recite if you know this. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vritetu surabhira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra satasambrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Chintamani. What is the meaning of the word Chintamani? You get whatever you want. See, this is the description of the spiritual world. It is made of Chintamani gems. Yeah? What Chintamani? Whatever you want, you will get. Looks so nice, smells so nice. Yeah. If you are hungry, it can fill your belly also. Yeah. And the spiritual world is built of Chintamani. Yeah. And what is there? The whole abode is built of Chintamani gems and Kalpa Vriksha. What is a Kalpa Vriksha? Desire, wish fulfilling trees. In this material world, you have a mango tree, it will only give mango. What is an apple tree will only give apple. But the spiritual world, whatever you want, it will give. You want an apple from a mango tree, it will give you an apple also. You want chamar from a mango tree to serve the Lord, it will give you chamar. It's a wish fulfilling tree. And there is only one wish of everybody in the spiritual world, which is to serve and please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah? Lakshmi sahasra satasambrama sevyamanam. Hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis are serving. They don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to leave his lotus feet. They always want to serve him. Yeah? Imagine if we have a wish fulfilling tree here in this material world. What would have happened? We would be fighting. Right? Why? Because I want to use it for my enjoyment. But there's only one. Krishna is the enjoyer. The living entity who is purified, he has only one desire. I am meant to give enjoyment to Krishna. Everything is meant to give pleasure to Krishna. Not only that, beautiful description is given of these birds. Bumblebee. Bumblebee is humming songs in glorification of the Lord. And cuckoo, have you heard of cuckoo bird? What is it famous for? Cuckoo, cuckoo. Have you heard this? Beautiful singing, right? That cuckoo birds, peacock birds are attentively hearing what this bumblebee is humming. And what is the bumblebee humming? The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The cuckoo and peacocks are not thinking, and not only the birds, others are also hearing what this bumblebee is humming so beautifully. They are not thinking, I am way more qualified than the bumblebee. No. The only thing is, doesn't matter who is singing. Our job is to attentively hear the glories of the Lord. When Sukadev Goswami was speaking Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, who all were there listening? How old was Sukadev Goswami? 16 years. And there is Atri Muni, there is Narada Muni, there is Vyasa Mahamuni, who is the compiler of all the Vedas. Right? They are not saying, hey, I am more qualified. They are sincerely, attentively hearing. So this is the mood of a devotee. The devotee doesn't really care who, as long as there is glories of the Lord, he is attentively hearing. Yeah. How much time we have, Prabhu? 10 more minutes? Huh? Good. Okay. So, you all are following me? Are you all with me? Yes? Okay. So, only one desire devotees have in the spiritual world. Yeah. So, and this Surabhir Abhipalayantam, these cows are there, they are giving unlimited milk. Unlimited milk. Yeah. So, Sorry, I lost my chain of thought, but yes. So even when Draupadi, she goes to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna, Krishna's wives actually, so how did you get married to Krishna, about the children, and all these wives are explaining to Draupadi, he defeated that demon and married me. He came along with Arjuna to Yamuna river and married me. He did this and married me. But we are very happy to be servants, to sweep in the house of Krishna. That's all is our desire. We have no other desire other than to serve Krishna. So the liberated souls, they only have one desire, to give pleasure to Krishna. Yeah? So Brahma, this verse is all about creation, so we'll only focus more on Brahma today. So Brahma, when Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were about to be born, before they were born itself there was so much darkness. Trouble started before they were born. And the Bhagavatam explains how much trouble is there after they were born. So Brahma explains the situation is where the four Kumaras go to Vaikuntha at the entrance. Yeah, at the entrance they are stopped by Jaya and Vijay. So Brahma is describing to the demigods. The demigods were worried. Why so much suffering? Why this much darkness? So Brahma explains that he's describing the Vaikuntha, in his prayers, and he says in this Vaikuntha there are so many beautiful flowers, lily flowers, kunda flowers, all these flowers, so fragrant, but they are always ready to offer prayers to who? To Tulsi Maharani. Why we sing this prayer? Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi, right? Tulsi is very dear to Krishna. And if you offer bhoga, you put tulsi leaves. Yeah, in the water you put tulsi leaves. So potent this tulsi is that even if whatever sins you have committed, but if you circumambulate the tulsi, pour some water, to tulsi and offer tulsi to Krishna, then all the sins are eradicated, including Brahma Hatyadi, including the sin, if ever you have killed a Brahmana in your past life, even that sin is washed away. So Brahma discusses. Yeah, I just remembered this. We were talking about Sukadeva Goswami, right? Sorry. So you see how in the spiritual world the mood is everybody wants to serve. Like, even though Sukadeva Goswami was speaking, these great personalities like Vyasadeva, Narada Muni were simply sitting and listening. But in the material world, everybody wants to glorify each other. Right? Primarily for sense gratification. There is one nice story that is given about a camel and a donkey. One day a camel was celebrating its birthday in the forest and it invited all the animals. So the donkey also came. And all the other animals got a gift for the camel, but the donkey did not get anything. So the donkey was thinking, feeling very embarrassed. I didn't get anything, what should I do? So it got an idea. Let me say some sweet words about the camel. And it says, Aho Rupam, Aho Rupam. Oh camel, you are so beautiful. Have you seen a camel? The camel was very happy. Yes, I'm being glorified. And guess what? Now the camel immediately wanted to reciprocate. And the camel told the donkey, Aho Dvani, Aho Dvani. What a beautiful voice, what a beautiful voice. So, this is the material world. Yeah. There is rivalry among equals and there is enviousness for superiors in this material world. Yeah. So, everybody is hankering for fame, adoration, respect, yeah. But you see, in the spiritual world, even a bumblebee, when he is glorifying the Lord, everybody is attentively listening. Yeah, everybody is attentively listening. Yeah, so because Vishnu is the center in Vaikuntha, and here every one of us want to be the center, and that's why there is misery. Yeah, so I'll tell one thing and then we can end. So majority of us, we are wasting a lot of time in this material world, so much time. So Brahma is saying, don't waste your precious time. Utilize this time in glorifying the Lord. Yeah? So this way you can go back home, back to Godhead. Simply by hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, we can go back home, back to Godhead. Simply. There is one story of the three sages who were discussing which yuga is the best. Satya Yuga, some of the kids may know this. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga or Dwapar Yuga. They were so afraid they didn't want to even mention the word Kali because of all the troubles. So they could not come to an agreement. So then guess what? They went to Badrika Ashram. And whom did they meet? They met Vyasa Mahamuni. Okay? Who was taking a bath, So they said, we have been discussing for ages which yuga is the best, but we are not able to come to a conclusion. Oh, great sage Vyasa Mahamuni, please tell us which is the best. He was taking bath inside, he comes out, he says, Kaler Dhoshe Nidhe Rajan, and then he goes inside. And the sages heard the word Kali and they closed their ears. So none of the sages paid attention. They said, oh Vyasa Mahamuni, please, come out one more time, we didn't hear you. Kaler dhoshe nidhe rajan, astihi eko mahan guna, kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param rajet. So this Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Kaler dhoshe, ocean of faults. You start looking me, this life will not be enough if you start finding faults in me. It's unlimited faults. Yeah? And it's an age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Right? Constantly there is fighting within family, outside, friends, everywhere. But there is one great quality. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya. If you hear and chant the glories of the Lord, then Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. We can be freed from this cycle of birth and death. We can go back to that spiritual abode which Krishna is talking about, from where there is no return. So in this ever-changing world, everything is changing. There are two things that are constant. One is the spirit soul and the other is the holy name. The Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Other than this, everything else is dead matter in this world. Everything else is dead matter. So the only two things is the spirit soul and the holy name. So if we can associate with that holy name in this Kali Yuga, simply by chanting and hearing, then we'll be purified and we can go back to that spiritual abode where everything is blissful. No birth, no old age, no disease, no death. And we'll never come back to this material world. Hare Krishna. With that I'll end here. Any quick reflections, comments, questions? Do we have time, Prabhu? Sorry if... yeah. Yes. The moral is in this material, the camel is not beautiful. And the donkey's voice everybody knows. Right? Is its voice beautiful? Is the camel looks beautiful? No. This is what people are doing in this material world. Falsely trying to glorify each other and hankering for attention, attraction and glorification. It's all fake. Yeah. A real devotee, a real person will always glorify Krishna and his pure devotees. He won't amanina manadena, give all respect to others without expecting any respect. Yes? Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Nice lecture. So we'll have Aarti and Kirtan.